Hey everybody, it's Thursday night and I know technically I missed last night. That was because I took part in the Geeky Chat and then talked to May to December on PlayStation Network for like 5.5 hours. So come 6:30 in the morning I was kind of ready for bed and unfortunately didn't get a chance to do a movie or review. But I've just done one now and I just got done watching 1981's Scanners, starring Stephen Lack, Jennifer O'Neill, Michael Ironside and Patrick McGoohan. This one I've seen a couple of times before. It's a classic horror from the great writer-director David Cronenberg. And it's cheesy, it feels a lot older than it is, but it's still a lot of fun. It tells a story of basically some freaks of nature, if you will. There are telepaths in the world, which are called scanners. They can read people's minds and they can control, they can take over their head and make them explode and stuff like that. And one of them, Cameron Vale, played by Stephen Lack, he gets captured by this company Consec and is asked to go to the Scanner Underground, where Daryl Revok, played by Michael Ironside, is killing people and stuff like that. So they want Vale to track down Revok and stop him, kind of thing. In the meantime, there's like all this, company, Consec think that they're, there's somebody better than them with and stuff like that. So, but the main story is about following Vale as he tries to develop his scanning abilities and meeting other scanners like him. And it's a fun movie. There are some amazing practical effects that are absolutely disturbing. Unfortunately, as was, for the time, blood looks ridiculously fake in this. But it's still quite gory, and like I say, for its time, some of the effects were kind of cutting edge. Some of the explosions and stuff. My only problem with the movie is Stephen Lack. He's kind of the weakest link of this whole movie. And I've not seen any of his other work on that, but he feels really, really wooden in this. And it's so sad when you see all these other great actors like Michael Ironside and Patrick McGoohan really getting into it. And then he's just like, yes, and shall I do this? And it's just like, have emote, and he's our protagonist. I should be feeling for him. But I absolutely wasn't. I didn't really care. I just knew Revok was evil and he should be stopped. And, he's got somebody in Consec that he's, conversing with and stuff. And then Revok tells his story at the end that actually Dr. Ruth, played by... That sounds... Every time they said Dr. Ruth, it just made me think of the little old sex therapist lady. Dr. Ruth, played by Patrick McGoohan, is supposedly the father of Daryl and Cameron. And Cameron was like kind of held on ice kind of to then take over Revok and stuff. But I don't really care much about Cameron. That's the problem. And I shouldn't really be feeling that about the protagonist. So, but it's alright. There's not much I can say about this movie, because I feel like it's a movie that all horror fans should have seen. Like I say, it's an amazing horror film. it gets stunted at times. Like I say, it feels like it was made in the 70s as opposed to the start of the 80s. It feels more like something 1974, 75. I don't know what it is. It just feels older than it actually is. But yeah, no, I this review is unfortunately going to be really, really short because this is one of those movies that there's not much substance to it. I mean, there's a lot of layers. If you like to look at stuff and see the, talk about the corporate elements and stuff like that, then, that's the kind of thing that you're going to have a field day discussing. But as a general watcher, I mean, it's an hour and 35 minutes long. I didn't get bored at any point. I happily sat through the whole thing. I didn't get distracted or anything like that. So it's a solid watch. And the pacing is really good. Unfortunately, it has that bloody synth music in the background, which again was very popular for its time, and it works in a way, but it does get annoying. And they kept going on about computer systems having nervous systems, and that human nervous systems can work, can communicate with computer ones, and I was just like, that is not how computers work. I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to discuss it here. I know there's electronics and all that stuff, but they were really stretching. And I mean, yeah, we're talking about people, that can read minds and stuff like that, and use psychic powers. So we're not talking about, real world situation as such, but it just felt really, really, there was a logicality issue that I had with it, kind of thing. So yeah, it's there are layers and stuff like that, but as a general watch, I don't feel like there's much to talk about without giving too much away, or really kind of properly. I don't feel like I can give a decent justice to explaining it. Because no matter what I say, I'm not going to really, because whatever I say is going to sound really silly and not sell this movie. But if you like your kind of sci-fi horrors, like I say, it is dated, but it has a definite atmosphere. And if you like Cronenberg's other work, then this is definitely worth checking out. It's one of his better ones. That was 1981's Scanners. I'm sorry, I am sorry I can't say much more about it. It's a good 7 out of 10, 6.5. It's not perfect, but it's enjoyable, it's disturbing, and it does make me laugh that it's 18 rated. But it is, there's something that other than Stephen Lack, it just falls short of greatness. But please do, like I say, if you like your sci-fi horrors and that, do check it out. That was tonight's movie. I'm not sure what we got tomorrow. I think we got another horror-esque movie. But for now, this is Sketch, signing out.